Crowned Comedian of the Year 2023 at the AfriGlow Women's Awards and her show Maitù Mùkabete, the Best KIKWETU Production at the Kenya Theatre Awards in 2024. Wangari Nguri, known to many as Auntie Jemimah, is one of Kenya's most celebrated comedians. As a creative, Wangari has seen and felt the effect that going to the gym every weekday since 2017 continues to have on her body, spirit, and mind. Every day from Monday to Friday, Wangari works out and through her WhatsApp status shares motivational quotes, a song, and a summary of her workout sessions. In this episode, Wangari and I share our experiences on turning fitness into a lifestyle, motherhood, womanhood, creativity, burnouts, writer's blocks, and how fitness fills our cup. This is Words on Wellness with Kenyanpoet. Hi, and welcome back to Words on Wellness with Kenyanpoet. I know I've been away for some time. We had sort of built some momentum to these podcasts and the episodes, but I took a bit of a break because I was working on this. It's a book that I launched with my daughter. I'm the author. My daughter did the illustration. It's called My Coloring Book of Rhymes, and it was all in the making for about 3 years. Decided to self-publish, and that is why I have been away. And I think part of the conversation that I will be having with my guest today is around creativity and the different ways in which the wellness journey that we have taken and the fitness and everything that we do around that, how it fits into our creativity. So, Wangari.
Yo.
It's
Good
good to have you on the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
I was conflicted about, because I know a lot of my listeners know that I do the show in English.
Okay.
But with you, I feel...
I should have done a Kikuyu word. No, let them know I know English. No, they assume I don't.
They assume that you don't know English.
Wacha leo wasikie.
Wacha tuwashtue leo. Yeah, so that they know that you also know English. So thank you so much for coming.
For having me.
I am so excited about what we'll be talking about today and just having you here.
Yeah.
Because, just what we were talking about earlier. A lot of people know you as Auntie Jemimah.
Yes.
But I knew you before when Auntie Jemimah was still not
The
yet
bathing, yeah.
the bathing.
Yes.
Because I don't know if you remember the very first call that
No,
we had.
I do.
Oh, you do?
I remember very well, and the instructions that you gave me. I do remember them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that was a long time ago.
Yes, that was in 8 years ago. No, 9 years ago.
9 years ago.
Because next day is when I'm celebrating 10 years in the industry. So it was 9 years ago when we met.
Wow.
Yeah.
And to look at the, how far you have come.
Yeah.
I am so proud of you. And the journey and everything that you have done. I'm always there. I'm your biggest fan. And just to see, and it's always good when you're able to see someone who believes in themselves and is able to take their artistic talent and despite the things that you'll encounter on the way, continue pursuing your dream.
Yeah.
And art is not appreciated in this country as much as
actually it's not
as much as we'd want. I don't know how many open mics you had to do, or people telling you we are giving you exposure.
Guys, so many. So not even just open mics and exposure. Even when someone is asking for your services and you quote, and their response is like, "Yo, but you don't think I'm worth that?" It's so demeaning sometimes. There are those that will appreciate and pay you what you're almost quoting, but there are those who give you an answer in your left, like, "Yo, when will you ever get or take art to that level?" Yeah, but we are getting there.
We're getting there. And I'm happy because I think I've also sort of turned that corner. And it also has a lot to do with you knowing your worth and sticking to that.
Yeah.
And what I want us to talk about today is not so much on the artistic side, although we will touch on that. It is what enables, what gives us the strength to be able to become creative. Because a lot of people think, artists, yes, are born, but there is probably 20, 30% of the talent that you're born with, but 70% of it is the work that you put into it.
Yeah.
And I have been following, I don't know when you started doing the WhatsApp videos, but I've been following your fitness
Morning
journey.
affirmation, yeah.
The morning affirmations. I call them the workout motivational, morning motivational videos.
Yeah.
I love them. And I was just, that's a part of you that a lot of people don't know. I'd like you to talk about that.
Okay.
Let's start, I think, with what was the trigger for you to say, I need to do something about, I need to get into some physical activity. What was that process like, and how did you get there?
That was back in 2017.
Okay.
And it was where the reason I started working out is because there was a guy I was dating back then. And one time while he was drunk, he said that hapendi tumbo yangu. Don't like the way my tummy looks. Because me, I'm tumbo yangu wanzia hapa. Bila hata pregnancy. And I was so hurt because when someone is drunk, they say the truth.
Of course.
Children and drunk people are the most anamakanga. They're the most honest people you'll find in this universe. So man, I was so hurt, but it was kind of like a wake-up call. Because I remember we broke up sometime after that. Not because of that. We broke up sometime after that. And the first thing I did was checking myself into the gym. Oh. I went and I remember telling the trainer that day, his name is Toby. I told him, "Mimi nataka tu kulose tumbo. Ingine iko sawa." Then the parts I'm okay. I just want to lose the stomach. Yeah. And he told me it doesn't work like that. It is a wholesome process. You can't just come and do sit-ups and then go home. We need to work on your whole body, and that way you're going to feel the effect. So I felt like he didn't know what he wanted, because the customer is always right. Like, I'm the one who's telling
you. He's gone there very specifically
for the stomach. Because it's the one I've been told he doesn't like, So he told me, no, it has to be a wholesome jobo. And I was like, okay, sir. So what are the charges? He told me, and I paid. And I started. And the first 2 weeks were full of body pains. Man, it was painful. I was actually regretting. I was asking, guy, itaisha. And he kept telling me, you come back. The more you come back, it will go. The more you come back, it will go away. And then he told me we will stretch after every exercise would stretch. Because he told me something to do with muscle memory. Kumbuki vizuri vile alini explain here. But he told me it goes away with time. And I kept going back and I kept going back. And 3 weeks after that, I didn't have any muscle pain. But like he said, I did not know the effect that working out has, especially on the mental health. Because if I don't go to the gym, I don't recognize myself. I don't even know who I am anymore. I remember my manager telling me, because last year I had taken a long break because I had an knee injury. And he kept asking, are you ever going to go back to the gym? Because he could also feel it.
Oh, wow.
I am not myself when I'm not working out. So I started because of that.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's very addictive. But it's a good addiction.
But it's a good...
Yes, I tell people, I'd rather you'd be addicted to fitness and working out than any other thing, than any other substance. So quitting is hard. Quitting is very hard, but the effect it has on you is also beautiful.
Now let's go back. This was 2017.
Yes.
And you were just there to lose the tummy.
The stomach.
Yeah. I mean, let me tell you, the number of women who feel the stomach is a problem.
Yes.
Are many.
Yes.
And this has a lot to do for a lot of women, myself included.
Yeah.
It is immediately after childbearing.
Correct.
What they don't tell you is that your tumbo vile likuwa kabla upate mtoto. It won't be. It doesn't go back. Yeah. And there's a lot that you have to do. Because, that stomach was completely stretched. Yes. So for it to go back to the way, it won't go back 100% immediately. And there's a lot of work that you need to do. Right. And a lot of women struggle with that because then a lot of women are not ready to do what it takes to actually to get back. So you find a lot of women looking for shortcuts. That didn't occur to you. Oh, kukunywa slimming tea.
By this sikukunywa. For some reason, I don't know. It never occurred to me. But also, I am not one to do shortcuts. I honestly try to find there are shortcuts that are good to take. I'll not lie, but I'm not one to run for the shortcuts. I'll ask, so what's the process? What is the due process that one has to follow? Or what is the, I don't say the hard, I actually prefer the hard way out. Because I also love challenges. And I have so much belief in myself. I believe in my body so much. So it never occurred to me. Actually, I've never even to date tried those slimming products. I have no, even after childbirth, I have never. Me, I'm like, I'll hit the gym back. Yeah.
You're one of those very disciplined ones.
Yes.
I did for me before because my journey into fitness and wellness began in 2017.
Yeah.
And it wasn't something that, I immediately was like you, that, I need to go to the gym. And I wasn't as disciplined. For me, I think it had a lot to do with peer influence also plays a big role. So my colleagues at the time were like, there's this slimming tea, it's from China, you take it and you lose all the body fat. So I tried that, only to realize that thing well, of course you're losing body, the water, excess water in your body, but there was really nothing like slimming there. So by the time I was starting to run, because mine began with running, and then going to the gym and working out came later. But I did try the slimming tea, and so that thing is fake. You spend so much money.
People talking about them online. I'm like, okay, let's wait.
It's almost
see.
equivalent to gym subscription.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you're being told that packet, you buy it at what? At 3,000. Of course, you're going to go through 2 of them in a month. That is a whole month subscription at the gym.
Yeah. Wow.
But every one of us, I think our journeys into fitness usually are different. By the time you get there and you realize there are no shortcuts, you'll have gone through a lot. Now, going back to 2017 and you started before that addiction, because a lot of people are like, how can you be addicted to the gym? Was it something that happened? Like, how long did that take for it to enter your system, for you to feel like, and not change? When did you start noticing the changes beyond the pain? I'd like to hear that.
So the addiction part started after the pains. That is when I felt I could not miss, because I think is it the dopamine that you produce after you work out?
Yes.
So when
it's a high that you get.
High, yeah. So when you skip the gym for like 2-3 days, you can feel the effect. You can feel that effect. Because like now I work Monday to Friday. I work out on Monday to Friday, so I don't do Saturday and Sunday. So last week I was on my period, so I didn't do Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And by Sunday, even my nanny could tell. She was asking me, are you okay? It's that dopamine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the addiction started immediately after the body pains. I could feel now that effect of not going to the gym. The physical changes, it takes time. It takes time. I think 7 months down the line is when I could now feel and see growth in the glutes. I saw the reduction in the stomach.
Oh, finally the stomach.
Yes. And my arms were very well toned. And I was like, I'm not stopping. This is what, I'm not stopping. Me kwanza mkono, I don't like saying bye-bye.
Yeah. But as Kikuyus have that problem. We do our arms.
You see those mamas in bed, the ones who cook. They say if the woman cooking stew does not have this, your stew si tamu. But me, I'm afraid. Nis naogopanga kukataliwa na nguo hapa.
I think it's something that I resonate with a lot. The flabby arms.
Yeah.
But I think something that you've said that is very interesting is that it took time.
Yes, it takes time.
And I'm surprised you go to the gym every day. Where do you get the energy to go every day?
It has to come. Sometimes you just need to keep pushing yourself. Because even with age, your body slows down. But now it has to take now the extra effort from yourself, the extra willingness, because you know what you want. You know what it gives you. So if that willingness and the discipline is not there, then you'll just lack at it.
Do you always feel like that every morning? Well, for me, I'll tell you my experience.
Yeah.
And also from friends that I've spoken to. Not every day is the same.
No, every day is not
the same every day. No. And you're feeling, today I feel like going, or there are other days that you wake up and you're like, guy, I had homa, or I'm just feeling sickly, or something like that. Does that happen? And what do you do about it?
On the first day of my periods, I don't go.
Okay.
But this is just my insecurities, I'll mess up. But first days are very heavy on the floor. So I usually just try and avoid the gym on the first day of the periods. But other days, Jerry, to be very honest, I push myself. Unless I've also had overnight shoots. So when I'm getting home in the morning, like the other day we got home at 5 a.m., I am not going to go. My gym alarm actually went off when we were shooting. So I was like, leo by the leo sitaweza. So there are days completely, maybe because of schedules, And maybe because probably of distance or something you're doing, but I'm trying. I have to. Nowadays, I try to just push myself to go. I'll not rise up very early, but I'll try to be there by 6:30, later 6:45.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's something I've really, I'm trying to be intentional about it. Yeah.
Okay.
But I've come from far with it.
Yeah, I love
So I don't want to stop.
discipline.
Thank you.
I love the discipline. Let's talk about the effect. You talked about mental health.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that because it's something that a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah.
And I wanted to hear from you how that the correlation between you working out and your mental health.
Before I get even into myself, I always, some days I'll get into this motivational speaker after the morning affirmation.
Yes.
And I'll
talk about that now, now that you're there. Okay.
So
Let's talk about the morning and when it started.
It actually started this year when I resumed.
Okay.
That's when I started just saying hi to a few random people. And then it kidogo it became a routine. And people would tell me, no, please say hi to us in the diaspora. Or please say hi to us. Like recently someone told me, please also give motivation and a word of encouragement to moms who are waiting. The one that was really into me is because I started working out when after birth, when I was still breastfeeding. So the nursing moms was very personal to me.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm always wondering, why are you only giving a shout out to nursing moms, moms in waiting.
And moms who are about to give birth.
Yes, and the police force.
Yes, police in the house. Police are also very special to me. I'll tell you one day, I'll tell you about that. But the nursing, because nursing can be very draining. Breastfeeding can really be draining. So when I started working out, and the milk goes away when you start working out.
Yes.
So I was like, I need to encourage a mom to just keep on keeping on. And then one time when you're about done, or when the time for stopping breastfeeding will come, you'll stop and you'll see now this other side. So just give yourself and your baby that time and give it your all. Then after that, it's just for a short period of time. 1, 2 years, 3 years. There are those who do 3 years, and then you're done. And then after that, you'll have your whole breasts back to fine. They'll have gone down, yes.
Just accept certain.
Just accept that they will do that. But now you'll have them back to yourself and you'll work out. So I felt the need to encourage the moms because a lot of times mothers give their all to nurturing families and kids.
That's true.
And with that, you will easily forget about yourself. And it's not your fault. It's because it's wholesome. Raising a family and raising a child is a lot of work. So if you easily forget about yourself, it's not your fault. It is because of the work that you're doing. But now I am here to encourage you and to tell you that the only way you'll be a good mom is also when you take care of you. And that means either you read books, you can go for walks, you can do the steps challenge. I've seen people saying, oh, it's cliche, Itaisha. But me, I'm like, if you want to take it seriously, please take it. Whether it's cliche or not, it's for you.
Yeah.
There's a woman I love talking about. Her name is Celestine Dinda, Sele. And Sele, if you watch Sele's journey, you will tell the growth. You'll tell her energy is always positive. I've seen her join the gym. She does steps and she goes to Karura every Saturday, from Roiro to Karura. She does the walks. She just did recently Kilimanjaro
marathon. She did that.
She did.
The 21?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And so you see people admiring her and her family. And at the back of her mind, I'm like, it's because she's taking care of herself. Yes, she has a family, she has 2 kids, but she's also taking care of herself, So I try to now encourage people and tell them, just the only way you'll be a good wife, the only way you'll be a good mom, a good friend, a good employee is when you're good to yourself.
I love that.
And you don't necessarily need to work out like us. You can do your steps. You can walk the stairs up, down. You can go to the gym like us. You can subscribe for swimming. There's so many things that you can do physically. Yes. And then as you do that, you'll notice the changes. And then you'll notice the effect it has on you because it's wholesome.
Taking care of yourself. It's something that as women, and especially when you become a mother, you lose yourself completely because you are pouring from your cup into your children, to your husband if he's there, into your family, because you're taking care of everyone else.
Yeah.
And then you don't realize that your cup
is running dry.
Is running, yes, because you need to fill your cup.
Yeah.
And how do you do that?
Right.
And unfortunately, for a lot of women, we by the time we're looking for a physical activity, and then we start listening too much to people's perceptions and opinions about, you don't go to the gym because people who go to the gym are a certain way.
No.
And one of the things that I really try to encourage women through the work that I do, apart from just the podcast that I host, I also write motivational quotes. Nice. Now mine, I feature photos of women running because I'm very passionate about running.
Oh, nice.
And also going into cycling and working out. But a lot of the times when I feature women in the motivational quotes that I write, it's always about filling your cup.
Nice.
It is about you knowing your goals, what it is that you want to achieve, and not thinking about what people think about you or things like that. And I love what you say, because taking care of yourself doesn't just mean going for spa.
And
it doesn't just mean going on holiday to Dubai.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Taking care of yourself can be as simple as you switch on your YouTube in the house or from your phone and work out in the sitting room.
Dance.
Up or even dance. Or go for a walk in the neighborhood. It doesn't have to be complicated. And I think one of the things that I wish Kenyans and even generally Kenyans would see is that being fit doesn't have to be expensive.
Right.
We tend to think that, I have to enroll into a gym, and gym membership is expensive. I have to enroll in a running club, and running clubs are expensive. But you don't have to.
You don't have to pay, actually.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
Fitness can even start right from your home.
Correct.
Even you getting shoes and walking, even if it's 3 kilometers every day, things like that.
Yeah.
Now, something that you talked about that I wanted us to talk about is we'll go back to the motivational quotes of the day.
Yeah.
There's an intro you do.
Yes.
I'd like to hear the intro, and then now we can go into the video that you usually post.
When will this video go up? Which day?
This video, the podcast will probably go out next week.
Next week?
Yes.
Do you have a day?
Early next week.
Early next week?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So assuming it will go up on Monday or Tuesday, let's do Tuesday.
All right.
So good Tuesday morning. The sun is out, so am I. Wishing you guys a lovely day ahead. Watu wa biashara kama kawa kama dawa, ijipe kujipa. Employment peeps, kazi chapwe, dreams zikam true. Creatives in the house, creativity come through. Hizo deliverables, pa, 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 pa. And all the farmers in the house, may you plow where it will come out. Teachers and students in the house, all the very best kwa hiyo masomo. Wanafunzi tukumbuke masomo, makaratasi, knowledge ama networking ambayo una accumulate kwa class. One day it will come through for you. And all the nursing moms in the house, sending you more grace during this nursing period. It's just for a short period of time. Before you know it, you are in the next milestone. If you're due for delivery this month, may you have a Hebrew birth. And if you're trusting God for a child during this season, may he visit you and visit you soon. All the Kenyans in the diaspora working super hard, we love you, and all the very best in your hustles. If you are looking for a job in this season, may the best one locate you yet. And all the cops in the house, remember to serve and protect.
I love it.
Thank you.
Because when I watched it the first couple of times, I was like, wait, there's you always like, it's not something you're reaching for. It's always the same message.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of intentionality to the way that you go about it. Because you usually have quote of the day.
Yeah. After that, we have quote of the day and song of the day.
Yeah. And then you show the workout video of what you were doing at the gym.
Right.
Yes.
Gosh, you are such... Thank you. Guy.
They have been following.
Yeah.
And the reason why I resonate so much with that is that, as I said, I love the intentionality that goes into it, because it means that you had taken time to think through what the quote of the day is.
Yes.
And today's quote of the day, if I'm not sure if I can remember,
self-investment.
It was about self-investment.
Invest in yourself, because you're the biggest investment you'll ever do.
Yes, I remember that, and I love that, and I was like, yes. This is great. So I usually have a song of the day and the workout video.
Yeah,
let's talk about the workout videos.
Okay.
Now the different, so you wake up, so you usually are up by 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Then you do the workouts, and then now when you're posting, just take us through that.
So once I work out, I'll do the morning affirmation at the parking. the gym parking, and then I'll do the
Yes,
song.
because I usually.
Yes, I'm always sweaty. Yeah. And then now I'll do the song of the day and the quote of the day as I'm driving back home. Then once I get to the house, I take a shower. And then as I'm having breakfast is when I'll shikanisha the video, edit kidogo, put the song at the background, and then post it. So song of the day sometimes, right now, because my radio iliharibiwa gari, so I'm just going with what is there because I can't see. The screen is completely broken. So I'll just go with what is in the next playlist. But I'm having it fixed. But song of the day is usually also inspired by probably something I'm going through, something I've seen, something I listened to recently, or probably in whatever state I'm in. Whenever I'm in a state of gratitude, you'll hear a lot of Moringe, Maya Mode. That is the song I truly resonate with when I'm in a state of gratitude. Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's talk about that you taking time to fill your cup and what it does for your creativity.
Oh, wow. So last year, I had I have like a small growth in my knee that I did not know existed. So I do stand-up comedy. It's called Maitù Mùkabete. I just did my second edition last year, and there was a lot of dancing in the show. So as I'm rehearsing, during one time at the gym, there's a sharp pain in my knee, and I cannot. I am limping for almost a month. And so I tell my manager and director I cannot go back to the gym because I'm actually in pain. And he's like, "Are you going to be able to dance?" I tell him I'll try. So we dance, but even as I continue dancing, there's more pain. So I can't completely go back to the gym. That was July last year. So I did not work out because the show was in August. And then after August, we did a whole tour, local tour to Nanyuki, Karatina, and Nakuru. So that was September, October, and then so now November, a whole another issue at home. So I did not work out from July last year. And so there was effect, definitely. I was not as I am right now. And I could even feel that during the Nairobi show, I kept saying I could have given it more. If I was in myself, the dopamine and everything, I'd have given it my all, but I felt like I didn't give it my 100%.
Is this like the strength that you feel you didn't have?
Yes,
the drive, or is it the motivation?
It's actually the strength and the. I really can't explain, but there is another version of me. This version you're seeing right now is not the version I was last year. And then also because I had resigned in Jan, and then there was also that, the panic, the not being sure where you'll be, the uncertainty. So there was now that coupled up with not going to the gym. So by then the whole of last year I was not myself. Kabisa completely. I remember we had this meeting late last year with him, and I told him I'm still trying to get back on my feet. I'm still trying to find myself back. Even if he went through my content, you could tell, which he didn't. I didn't do much content, but now, you guys are not even ready. I am myself. I am back. That was now coupled up with other issues with finances. But now, I think, just be ready. Just be ready.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you.
I recognize the space.
Yeah.
Now, and at the beginning when I talked about, I was away because of this book.
Yes.
Now, when I began my journey into fitness and mine began with running, but then I also now alternate between running and going to the gym. And then just like you, and I think it's something that I was actually told by my physiotherapist.
Yes.
Women, ukifika a certain age, and especially when you have children, mashidas are magot. You have problem with your knees.
You do.
Yes. And it also depends on how intense the kind of physical activities you're doing.
Yeah.
And it also has lots of factors.
Yes.
Age.
Bathing.
Yes.
Because our kids also rob us of so much.
Yes. They take a lot from you.
Yeah.
And the fact that your body is degenerating.
Yeah. We men, we are of God.
This is Words on Wellness with Kenyanpoet. So all those things, when they come together, the most affected parts are usually the knees. And now for me, it was because I was doing very high impact exercise. Running is the most high impact.
Yeah.
And so last year, for the better part of last year, I think after I did the Nairobi City Marathon, I was a mess after that. Injury. I had a bad injury, my knee.
Yeah.
I couldn't even work out. And so just like you, like I was like, I can't write. And then for me, it's
you couldn't write?
I couldn't write. I'm trying to think of something to write, and then I've also been trying to be a bit more diverse in the kind of writing.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do a children's book. I do articles, feature articles. But then that
it's like a creativity block.
Yes, it's like you have writer's block.
Yes,
and you don't know how to describe it. And even my kids noticed, and even my husband noticed. It's like, okay, mom, you're down.
Oh yeah.
and they were actually empathizing with me because they know our mom is very active. She's not working out because for me, I don't even I just go to the gym to it's just that company of people. But I'm very disciplined when it comes to working out. I'll actually work out in the house. Most of the time I work out in the house. So they could tell I'm not waking up early to work out. So that lack of energy, and it's hard to explain, just like you've said. It's really hard to tell people because it's not so much the physical energy, it's the drive.
Yeah.
It's the mental space. You're not in that mental space. You don't have the clarity of thought and of what it is that you want to do. Now, going back to that, the creativity and what effect working out has had on your creativity. I'd like you to expound on that a bit more, especially now that you after you've gone through that phase of having gone through injuries and the different things that prevented you from working out to you being in your element. What is it like to be in your element, and how does fitness contribute to that?
Number one, I think it's an important phase to go through. Even sometimes it's life just telling you to slow down. Since then, I have had a clearer vision, because again, this is now before I tell you about the effect the fitness has. So I am in an industry that's very competitive right now with the rise of social media and TikTok and all that. So you find that it's a cutthroat right now. You have to fight for your space. You have to fight even for your money. So I was last year, even in the midst of the injury, in the midst of the finance issues, not working out, the pain, I was also now trying to think, what next now? What am I going to do next? Because I can't do the skits forever. At some point, I'll have to go to the next level, So now that was also part of my slowing down has given me a clearer vision. Slowing down does that. Don't be, if you're forever in a hurry, you might miss the projection. You might miss the clearer vision of where you're going. So it has also made me see clearer that you don't have to do so much sometimes. We have glorified too much work. You have to put in a lot of work. Sometimes you have to, yes, but not all the time. The other day we were having a discussion with someone and they were telling me they are very active from 2 p.m. So they don't find the need of waking up very early, because then what am I going to be doing during the day? So I have to probably do something maybe, or just chill and wait until I wake up and then work maybe late into the night. All right. So it has made me find my niche in how I work. Last year, we signed a few companies towards the end of the year. And this is the period where I have burnout. By then, I suffered also from burnout from doing the show. So I suffered burnout. And the clients we signed from November, December, Jan, so 3 months, I was afraid that I might not even be able to give them my all. But you know what? Every client has renewed the contract, because they've had immense conversions, they've had immense visibility from that engagement. So I sat back and I was like, oh, okay. So now I see sometimes you don't need to have so many clients with you. You can have 3, give them maximum value, and then you'll have these clients over a period of time. All right. So that period, that phase I was going through has helped me, number one, slow down and see clearer. All right. But now getting back into the fitness has kind of reawakened the energy that I had, because now I am able to even pre-plan the concepts that I want to shoot. I came in very early today because I needed to send some few concepts for a few clients. And just sitting there after finishing what I needed to send to the client, I've written 4 more concepts. 4.
Wow.
Like, yeah, I'm sitting there, oh yeah, I need to do this. We need to do this. We need to do that. I have called my guy of shooting. I've told him we need to meet on Wednesday so that we can plan our shoots for March. Right now, I've calculated how many videos I need to do for my clients for the month of March. So the psyche is back. The other day we were in Utawala shooting something with my friend called Protisa, and he's the one who noticed, like, yo, umerudi. I'm like, yeah, Tamina, feel evil. Yeah. So that, I think that phase is important. Plus, the father of my child used to tell me that life is a rhythm. Life has rhythm. So there's ups and there's downs. So the ups are there and make sure you appreciate them and make sure you thrive in the ups, because the downs don't give notice when they're coming. All right. And when they come, they go down. Like for me, November, December was the biggest loss. Kabisa. So, and now I am in my ups, so hivo. So, being able to now create and get into that out of the creativity block, even last year I had to call some clients and apologize and tell them, I am going through a block. I'm not able to deliver. I have burnout. I'm not able to deliver. So I could call, and then most of them were gracious enough to give me that time. But in that, I was, like I've said, I was able to slow down. And now that I'm back to the gym, I am able to give more. And I'm even able to pour more into my child. I feel better. I am a better human. But like I said, that phase was important. I had to go through it. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was actually telling someone else, even as a country, I feel we need to go through what we are going through.
For us
So
that we learn to appreciate the things that we've had.
And vote wisely.
Oh, yes.
In future.
I hope we do. I hope we learn.
I truly hope we do. Aki. I hope we do.
I hope we learn, because... Let me not get into
let's not go into that. Yeah.
Now, dealing with people's perceptions and opinions about you in working out, and one of the things that I've experienced is a lot of people have become very opinionated about the way you look, and you're like, "Kai, you've been going to the gym for a year, and this is the way you look."
Yeah, they're expecting utakuja na hourglass.
I know. How do you deal with that?
At the beginning, it was hard because, again, now being in the limelight, it also brings now unsolicited opinions. So I don't care. I the other time I used Rono's voice note from TikTok saying she does fitness. 10% is for her mental health. The other percentage is to get the biggest bunda.
I know, Nigeria.
Yeah, but for me, what it does for me mentally, even physically, I feel good about myself. And people notice, like yesterday, my neighbor came and she was like, "Yo, umekuwa ukifanya squats?" Sindio? Naambia, unaziona. Yeah. So so there are people who affirm you positively, and it feels good. Because it's good when people notice the change, and in a good way. But there are those who notice and tell you, like, there's another one who was asking me why I do so much compound exercises, asking me, are you not afraid you'll become masculine? And I'm like, once I become masculine, how will that be your business? Or how will that stop you from paying your bills? Just let me be. I do them because I want to do them. And there's no way I'll work out my, my ass or my stomach and leave my upper body. I'll have to do them all. So I don't care much because it's for me. It's not for anyone. And I know what it does to me. So you just talk. At the end of the day, mostly it's for they're just projecting. They want to be where you are. They want to do what you're doing. They're actually wondering how you're able to do that every day. But since they can't, let them project.
Yeah. What are some of the comments that you get from the videos that you post on the WhatsApp status?
Let me surprise you. I'm getting more positive feedback. If I don't do the morning affirmations, everyone's like, "Yo, Auntie Leo, tunataka your affirmation." The other day, someone came and told me, "I got a job because I kept trusting and believing in the season." Sometimes you start something and you do not know the impact it will have. And when you get those feedbacks, it actually fuels me more. And the reason I actually record sometimes is Kitambo I used to record because sometimes my trainer will not be around. he'll have something to do, but I'll have something to refer to when he's not there. So I'll just go to my phone and see what we did, and I'll do that. But now sharing them, people will be like, I started working out because of you, because I see you working out.
Wow.
So sometimes it's for me, yes, but it's also for another woman
having,
who needs to use this as reference. So I'll keep doing them as long as I can. Yeah.
And it's good that you've talked about that, because I don't know how we're doing on time, but I wanted you to just a lot of women are struggling with societal expectations and people's opinions about the way that they should live their lives.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can speak on that, just generally.
Number one, the one thing I'll tell women is society hates when women choose themselves. The society we have today actually thrives on when women are suffering. So when you choose yourself, be ready for those answers, for those talks from women and from the society. But at the end of the day, I always tell people, you had dreams as a young girl. Just remember those. Just remember the small girl in you who wanted to do this, who wanted to be there, who wanted to wear this, who wanted to go this particular place, who wanted to do this for their kids, who wanted their kids to do this. I always say, just remember that girl. Growing up, I wanted to be a radio presenter. I wanted to be famous. And I wanted a house with an open kitchen, and I wanted to be going to the gym.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just looking at that list. And
I know.
How many have you ticked off from that list?
All.
Oh, wow.
I have been to radio. I have had a house with an open kitchen.
Oh, nice.
And working out is a lifestyle now. I always wanted all those. So for me, I just stamp saying that I've not let the small girl in me down. And I also believe in therapy so much. And there are people who go into therapy thinking that therapy is like medication. You'll be given and you'll be well tomorrow. Therapy is also work. It's work you do on yourself. The therapist is just there to guide you, to talk to you about it, to show you progress, and so on and so forth. People have different experiences on therapy, but I tell them, if this one did not work for you, have you tried another one? Because second, third opinions are like, even in hospital. I tell pregnant moms who've lost, because I've experienced loss, and there are women who come to me and tell me this and this is happening. I tell them, go and seek for 5 opinions from 5 different doctors. So even with therapy, try different therapists. You'll be surprised. So it doesn't have, like you say, it doesn't have to be fitness. It can be therapy once a month, two times in a month, or as frequent as you want. So for mothers and for women, I tell them, society will be very harsh when you choose yourself, but choose yourself regardless, and add some audacity into it, because that's the only way you're going to lead a good life, a life that the small girl in you had envisioned. But don't bury yourself. Just because you got married, you're like, yeah, niliolewa. So what? God, you can wake up one day and improve and work and go and be whatever you wanted. I have 2 kids. I have 4 kids. Yeah, they are yours. Now work for you. Work towards you. That's the only way you'll be a good mom to them.
Yeah. And I think something that a lot of women, and sorry, we've dwelled so much on this, but we're hoping that the men will also watch, such support your wives and your girlfriends and your better halves. One of the things that, and I'm slowly losing my train of thought, but what a lot of women struggle with is confusing self-love with being selfish.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you say, oh, I'm taking care of myself, and people are like, yeah, you're putting yourself. No, when you say you're putting yourself first,
they think you're being selfish.
You think you're being selfish.
There's a very thin line, and by there I tell people, just be selfish with you. Just be selfish with you, because when you become very selfless, also it brings a lot of what is it called? What is this? The way when you give and give and give, and takers don't have a boundary. They take and take and take. So what if you give and give and give and you have nothing else to give? So who will you blame? Is it the takers?
You can't blame them.
Yeah, it's you to know these are my limits. So let me be selfish for now. Yeah. You don't feel like hanging out. You don't feel like hosting. Tell them no. I can't. Why? Because I can't. It's enough. It's selfish, yes. There's a very thin line. But then I tell them, just let them tell you you're selfish. It's okay. Actually, even new moms or moms who've lost, sometimes they call and they tell me, how do I tell people I don't want company right now? I tell them, you see the way you've told me, just tell them you don't want company right now. That is enough. A true friend will know and they'll respect that. Yeah. Because again, our society, wanataka kuja kuambia usilie, usifanye, huyo hakuwa wako. No, when you want to be alone, just be alone and tell people, I want to be alone and it's enough. Be selfish. Add some audacity.
Yeah.
In the selfishness.
I love that. Now, we've talked a lot about you going to the gym. Are there any other forms of physical activities that you explored? Or my gym studio ilikuhit?
Gym studio,
and then
hit.
that was it.
I hate running. In fact, I hate cardio. I only do weighted cardio in the gym. I hate cardio. I know
But you're not the only one.
Oh, I don't.
So many people dread, even people who go to the gym.
Yes, they don't like running or
cardio work. No,
I hate them.
Give me something else. Give me weights.
Give me weights. Yeah, I love weights. Give me those. Give me the dumbbells. I love dumbbells. Then I swim occasionally.
Right.
But it's been a minute. But I swim. That's it. I don't do much. Yeah.
Okay, but I love that you have been able to put you've been able to discipline yourself to a point where it actually becomes a lifestyle for you.
Yes.
And I love that because not very many people are able to turn physical fitness into a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
It's a struggle. Even for us, it is. It's work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So thank you so much for coming to the show.
Asante.
And you have a show on Saturday.
On Saturday, yes, we have Gemi Homecoming, edition 3. Yeah, so if you don't have a ticket, sorry.
It's sold out.
Yeah, it's sold out. But if you have a ticket, I can't wait to see you at Rivers Garden. Then what else? I have a show coming up in August, Maitù Mùkabete 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so many other things lined up in the course of the year.
You know, when you mentioned Kafete, and the first time I showed the name of your, I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I'm also from Kafete.
Yes, I know.
Kafete.
Yeah. As we know,
and I love that you know that name.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, there's this stereotype that used to be said about
Kabete women.
About Kabete women.
Yeah.
So now the joke is, and I know my husband will kill me for this. The first time he went to introduce me to his parents.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm from Kabete.
Mama
My husband is from Nyeri.
Walimhurumia.
But parents are very progressive.
Nice.
Parents, they really, accepted me. And so, but I always get that joke. I ate it to a cafe. But I love the way that you reclaimed the name. And the way you bring so much authenticity to your shows. And I think that's one of the things that I've always loved about you. I pray that you continue doing that and just being true to yourself.
Asante.
Yeah.
So there's someone who commented after we did the last show on Facebook. So it was sold out. And then this guy was like, hey, Kabete women are just something else. They don't give up. Because I was on the road with placards selling the show. The Kabete women are just something else. He said it with so much good spite, like admirable. And we love that about us.
Yeah. Resilience.
Yes.
Oh, you mentioned placards. And is that something also that I'm doing?
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Guys.
Yeah. It's so interesting how our creativity, just there are some ways in which we do some similar things. Different spaces.
Yeah.
When I saw you doing the placards, I'm like, hiya, look at this. This is amazing because that's one of the things that I started experimenting with this year. Is it this year? No, it's actually last year.
Okay.
So last year, because I've been a poet for very many years, and I was looking for different ways in which to experiment with my poetry.
Okay.
And also because I began running 7 years ago, and this have become two very passionate. Actually, that's how this podcast was born. Passionate about storytelling and poetry, and I'm also passionate about wellness. So one of the things that I decided to do last year in March was to come up with placards, because all people always know placards for protest. But I was like, no, I'm going to reclaim placards and use them for something else, as a way to encourage people. And so I decided to be doing
The
very
quotations.
interesting, the quotes. But then what I was doing is coming up with very funny wordings. Like sema kuiva. Unatesa mbaya. So imagine you have a placard like that you're holding to someone who's doing 21 kilometers. Amechoka, ameisha.
Alafu namwambia ameiva mbaya. Naenda namaliza nikaivie huko mbele. Nice.
Yes, so and I love the way that I'm able to sort of find different avenues for my creativity.
Yes.
And of course, that aspect of always pouring into my cup has helped me with the creativity.
True.
So I see it as a very interesting symbiotic relationship where, you know, these physical activities, the running, the working out, all these things feed into the creativity, and then the creativity feeds into it.
Yeah.
And
then you have now the impact on others. You know,
others.
There's a guy who used to hold such a placard Apo Westlands, Apo Sarit, saying your smile is beautiful, something. And one day I saw him, I was having a very bad day. And just that, I was like, yo, he made my day. Yeah.
I remember that guy.
You do.
One time he was featured or in the...
I think so.
In the news, or I saw that because...
it was the best thing I saw on that day. So,
yeah. So all the best one.
Thank you, my dear.
Everything that you do.
I wanted to comment on the book.
Oh, yes.
The coloring book.
Yes.
But this is just something... So the other day, a company I'm working with sent me a package and it had a coloring book inside. Mm-hmm. So I did not know that coloring is also therapy. Guy. And I didn't even color much.
Is it a coloring book for children or is it for adults?
It's for adults. So it's for investments. Mm-hmm. So it was for Valentine's. So it's for you and your partner to color. So now I was just coloring. I went to the next page. It has something about money market and all those things. So you read and then you go to the next page and then you color. Most of the pages are just couples. Mm-hmm. Holding hands, drinking coffee, reading books, but now just coloring.
It's very therapeutic. It's become a huge thing.
Yeah.
My cousin who lives in, she moved to Canada very long time ago, immediately after high school. Used to live in Rironi, and then immediately after high school, she left, went to live in Canada. She comes every year.
Yeah.
So last year, she came with some huge books, coloring books. And the different books have, on different things. One is on cities. The other one, I think, was on different types of flowers. And what she was telling us is that on the plane, when she was coloring, the lady who was seated next to her just kept looking at what she was doing. And she was like, would you like to? And then so she gave her a set of, and they did it. And it's become a whole thing because, you know, we're living in a time when there's a lot of distractions, especially from social media and gadgets.
Yeah.
That people no longer have time. Yes. That people no longer have time to sort of decompress.
Yes.
Now, coloring helps you to, because there's nothing else that you're doing. It's just you and the paper.
And color coordinating.
And so, you know, you've given me an idea.
Aki.
The next one that I will do is for adults.
Please do.
It's something that has been in the back
send
burner.
Me a copy.
It's been in the back burner.
God.
And actually the way to think about it is the motivational quotes that I've been doing alongside. So it's, thank you for the idea.
Please do.
Yes. When I put it together, I
send me a copy. I'll buy.
I will give you a complimentary copy.
I will
because you helped me.
I want to buy. I'll be your first customer. Yeah, I'll be your first customer.
Oh, thank you so much, Wangari, for coming on the show. And thank you for the conversation. I've really enjoyed this.
Me too. Thank you. I've had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope to do it again.
So.